Welcome to a brand new year. And my name is still Deo-Agoz, and I'm broadcasting this from Nigeria. I'm a woman. Well, I won't say I'm single, I'm not single. Well, maybe I've been single before. So I have a few words for single women who are living in big cities. Let me call it the way you Americans call it, big cities. This is a frank talk for we women because I have found out that most women living in big cities are always making the same mistakes. Single women, and by single, I mean women who live alone without their partners, without their husbands, and maybe without their children. Well, some live with their children, but maybe they are single, they don't have a man in their lives, and they're living in the city. It could be any city, maybe in the UK, in America, in Canada, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, or in Abuja. I want to believe that for now, I'm talking to my Black sisters and maybe some white sisters. So let's talk about it. You're living alone in a big city, and you have access to offices to where people might need to get things done. Let me cite Abuja as an example. Abuja is a very big city where we have offices and contractors are always trooping in. They're always trooping in to see what can be done, what jobs they can do, the opportunities in Abuja. And Abuja is not different from most of the big cities out there. London, I've lived in London before, so I know how it is. Somebody is coming, for instance, from Nigeria or from Africa, and or somebody is even coming from the United States of America. They're coming to look for what we know as the green pastures. What does that mean? It means they are not in a hurry to leave. They want a place they can stay and probably um, stay for a long time until they get the opportunities they're looking for. So they're avoiding to pay for hotels. They're avoiding to pay for maybe apartments, bed and breakfast. So the easiest place they want to live in is with a single woman. It's so easy. They may have friends in such cities, but they may feel my friend is going to ask me to pay bills. My friend is going to ask me to bring money for this and that. But you know how women are, especially single women, most of them are vulnerable. They need a man to make them feel complete. So a man starts chatting with you on social media, maybe on Facebook, and the next thing you start falling in love. Meanwhile, the man knows what he's doing. He's looking for a place he can go to where he can live under the guise of romance and love. And then you are there, you are single, you have a house in a big city. It doesn't matter whether the house is big or not, even if it's a one bedroom. All he wants is a place where he can sit, eat good food, and get free pam pam, So you're a complete person for the man. And you may not know. He's coming with love, he's coming with attention, affection. You know what those men do? They start asking you, have you eaten? I mean, if you are 40 and above and a man is asking you, have you eaten? You should be wondering, has he been the one feeding you all these years? Has he been the one providing for you? Why should he be asking you if you have eaten? And then they start telling you, I want you to be happy. Has he been the one making you happy all these years? So you should know by some of these signs. And then the next thing he says he wants to visit. Visit to do what? Then they now start sizing you up, the people you know, the opportunities around you. And then he tells you he's coming to stay around. By the time a man tells you, I'm going to stay with you for 1 year, no, sometimes they don't even start by telling you they're coming to stay for a year. They will tell you, I'll be around for like a month. Once they size you up, they know you have all those opportunities, then they now start putting those things up and coming around you. And then you are loving up. Maybe you have been sleeping alone for so long. It's hot in Abuja, but you have ACs. So far, you are in your 40s and you are doing well, and they have sized you up by the appearances of your home and then maybe your discussions. So they know they are going to be comfortable in your house and food won't be a problem. So what do? They come around, they stay with you, and you are loving up. You cook for them, you sleep together. That means they're getting free food. You are giving them your whole body, your mind. You even plan for them. Before you know it, they start using your car. And then they start asking for money to tie them over. Before you know it, you have a companion who is staying rent free in your house. So when a man wants to come around you and you're living in any big city, just know that you are not being loved. Most of the time, you are being used. So to be smart, when a man starts talking to you on social media and you start talking about love and suddenly he wants to come to where you live, ask him the right questions. Hello, you come, you want to come and live with me for how long? You should know, and you should be very, very specific about it, especially if you haven't met before. If you haven't met before, it's really, really dangerous because you don't even know this person you are dealing with. But let's assume you know a bit about that person and you feel comfortable enough to let them come in. Sometimes that person could even be an old friend from secondary school or from university. He tells you he's recently divorced or he's single because he knows that's what you want to hear. Or he has issues with his wife and he wants to come around. Don't think you have found love yet. In some cases, it's possible that it might be in love. You can't overrule that. But let your antennas be alert. It should be at alert. Why would he choose you after all these years? And then why would he suddenly want to come and stay with you? And then you're opening your door to somebody you know nothing about. That you have known somebody for a long time doesn't know you know them. It doesn't mean you know them until you spend time together. You know their habits. You know the things they talk about. You know their values. You know their strengths. You know everything about them. Until then, you cannot say that you know anybody. You cannot say that. And then let's assume you now allow them to come and live with you in your house. Set the rules. You are going to be using electricity and they're going to be using it with you. If you have been the only one living in your house for a long time, you know what you consume in electricity, in water, in gas, in food, and all those things. It doesn't mean you are materialistic. But you have to take care of yourself first. So you let them know. If you are paying bills abroad, you pay every month. So you should let them know because they're not coming to stay rent free. A man who loves you wouldn't want to take advantage of you. I'll still come to those who really need help. In case you want to do charity, if you love somebody and you have started from somewhere, you can do charity. There's no harm in doing that. But let it be spelled out. So let's assume he's coming now. He wants to come and do business in your home. He wants to, I'll thank you. You love my smile. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. So, for those just joining us, the topic is rules for single women living in big cities. Because I said big cities because people who live in remote places hardly have people saying they want to come and spend time. I will still talk about that because there are rules for those who are living in remote places too. We'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. But for today, I'm just talking about those women, especially who live in big cities. Most of the people, men who want to come and stay around you, are looking for opportunities. and they want to live in free homes. So spell it out to them. If you are living in the UK or in the US, you pay every month. This is how much you pay. What will be your contribution? I don't think you should be shy about that. No, it's not something to be shy about because you are paying these bills. Maybe for the first month, you can allow them to stay free of charge, but you should be sure about what they are really coming to do in that place. Because the danger is what they are coming to do, if they don't get it as fast as they want, they are going to stay there forever and they are going to start taking you for granted. Because they are going to tell you, you know, I don't have money. So set the rules from the beginning. From the moment they come to stay, let them know this is your rent. This is what you spend on electricity because you are now two. They are going to be ironing, they are going to be using microwave. Most of the time, you may even be at work and they will be home. So they will be running all the bills. They will be running all the bills. And most of the time, they may even come without money. So they will need to rely on you to support them. They'll be using your cards. I'm talking from the experiences of people from the UK, from the US, from Canada, who have fallen victims in courts or who have been taken advantage of. So if you're a woman and a man suddenly starts having interest in you, and the next thing is he wants to come and stay with you, know that you have to be very smart about it. You have to be very smart about it. Ask all the questions. As I said, how long are you going to stay? If possible, I hope you know you are going to fund some things yourself. This is space for those who can't ask for rent. But electricity, even they should know that I should feel sorry for this woman. She's going to be running all these bills. So it won't be nice for me to just be using up her electricity without paying. Somebody who loves you, who cares about you, should care about all those things. Then food. Food is basically cheap in many places, so you can afford to give him free food. But you have to spell it out. If you go to work, I'm sorry, I can't make your breakfast. I can't make your lunch. Dinner, since we are going to be eating together, then you know. But let him tell you how long he's going to stay. It's very important because the longer he stays without any definition of your relationship, the more he will keep using you and the more he feels you are desperate. A woman should know when to make all the rules, subtle rules, done with love and dignity, but the rules are there all the same. And then talking about them coming to stay for long. Hello, hello to those who are saying hello, 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 hello. Nice to have you here. I appreciate you. This is going to be a continuous theme. We say by God's grace in Nigeria. So by God's grace, I'm going to say that. So we're going to be talking about different topics. So as I was saying, a lot of them would definitely have friends, maybe in that city. You would be shocked that they have female friends too. So when you're at work, they are there playing, watching videos, playing games, and running up the bills. And you are there, you are doing mushy, mushy, mushy. You have a man in your corner, a man you're coming home to. But don't be surprised when that man has male friends and female friends who are going to be using up your things when you're not there. So that means you have taken one person in and you're getting like three. So buy one, get three. Bug off. What do you call bug off is buy one, get one free. Buy one, get three free. So you have to set your boundaries because these are things you are still going to confront. These are things you're going to talk about later if you don't talk about them now. So these are silent rules so that you know. I'm not saying people don't find love on social media, they do. And I'm not saying that somebody can't come in to stay and then the next thing you are getting married and the next thing he's hitting it big. In some cases, it happens and then he will be forever grateful. But most of the time, when they come like that and there are no rules and they start breaking rules, the next thing is they start getting angry when you complain about what is not being done well. They start complaining. Why are you suddenly saying this? Because originally you did not set the rules. So they're going to start getting angry. They're going to be like, for instance, you say, I kept 3 bottles of beer in the fridge and I can't find any. And they will tell you, can't I buy beer? Can't I replace it? But if you have taken time to set the rules from the first place, I'm sorry, whatever you take from my refrigerator, please be kind enough to replace. It's not because I'm not generous. I'm generous, but I am tidy with my finances. So please, when you're going to have friends over, let me know. That way, I will know how many people are coming to my house, and I'll know that they're not breaking rules. They're not playing music to disturb neighbors. And in some cases, when they have male friends like that, and they come to a free house, their friends will now bring girlfriends. They turn your house to something else. The moment you start making adjustments, they'll tell you you're being nasty. You're not being nice. All your efforts to be nice and accommodating will be taken for something else. So I beg, always make all those rules. It is your home. That's the first thing you should know. It's your environment, it's your home, it's your rules. So make it clear from the beginning. Oh, hello, okay, you want to come over? It's okay. I'm not desperate to have a man to come and live with me. But it would be nice to help somebody who needs help. If they tell you it's because of you they want to come, that's fine. Some people actually come, but see, whoever wants to stay with you for a few days is actually come for real reasons, because a busy person won't stay with you for a month. A very busy person, I have a partner who is always so busy. I have a partner, we live in different cities. So, we spend time together, but, he's not going to stay for a whole month. By the time somebody stays for a whole month, find out they don't have what they're doing, where they're coming from. Or whatever they were doing is not moving smoothly. So they want a new environment and they don't want to pay the bills. Probably some of them are broke. So they need a new beginning. And the best person to start this new beginning with is a single woman who they assume is lonely. And I tell you, I always tell women, loneliness is not the same thing as being alone. Self-confidence makes you know that when you're alone, you get a lot of things done. You are happy without anybody. You are good all by yourself. Always wait for the right person. I always say that don't rush. When you rush, you meet people who are going to use you. And I'm saying this whether you're a man or a woman. If you are single and alone, it doesn't mean you are lonely. Loneliness is a thing of the heart. I know people are surrounded by people and they are lonely because they are with people who don't understand them. And I know people who are alone and feel like they have love from everybody because they can just pick up their phones, have a few conversations with friends, and they are good. In fact, when you're alone, you have enough time to reflect on your life, to manage your space, to be ready for a relationship. That's a topic we should talk about some other time. You should actually be ready for a relationship. You shouldn't rush. You should go for the person, a man, since I'm talking to women now, you should be ready to go into a relationship with a man you can accept. His faults, his flaws, his strengths, everything about him you love, you can accommodate. You are seeing him as an extension of you, and you know that he's not perfect. But don't be rushed into a relationship by somebody who wants your space, who wants your time, who wants to get as much. And they know all these things by telephone conversations. When you reveal so much, well, I come home to a lonely house. I have to eat dinner all by myself. Oh, it's boring. They know all these things and they are looking at you. Lucky she has this house, she has a job, she has a car, she has everything, she's comfortable, and she's complaining of loneliness. And the next thing is they start scheming, and then they move in with you. And by moving in with you, they have permanent occupancy. And most of the time, it doesn't end well. We have seen cases of a man coming with a suitcase saying he's going to stay for like a week, and the suitcase suggests that he actually packed for more than a week, a month. And they come 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they start buying new things and they start accumulating things. And when they come like that, they don't ask you how much you're paying for rent. It's not part of the bargain. You invited them in and it's free. They're not going to ask you all those questions. They just want to move in. And when they move in, they start using electricity, they start eating your food, they start getting visitors, they start giving your address out as their own address, getting letters, getting contacts, and you are just there being the wife that is not a wife, being a partner that is not a partner. It's just using your space, using your emotions, using your energy. And the moment you begin to discover that you're being used and you complain, you become something else to them. So, women, single women, watch it. When they come to live with you, make the rules. If possible, they shouldn't come to live with you. Let them go and stay in the hotel. They can come and visit you. That's the truth. I tell you, when they stay in the hotel and they come to have dinners and all that with you, they don't stay for more than a week before they go. That way, they respect you even when you now allow them to stay for some days or a week. They understand how much it is to get the kind of space they're getting. And then I keep saying that because I've seen this every time people do it, women make that mistake, especially those above 40. The moment a guy smiles at them, shows interest through inbox, I tell you on Facebook, the number of mails, messages I get, you'll be wondering, don't these people have people around them? But the thing is, they size you up and they just they can't wait to get close to you. And they are the ones who start by saying, How are you? Have you slept? Have you woken up? Have you eaten? A real man doesn't ask all those questions. A real man goes straight to the point. He shows his affection by the constructive conversations you have, plans for your life, and all that. But those who move in and are not doing anything, and you are the one doing everything, be wary of them. Be wary of them. I don't know how I can people that um I should remove this or get it closer to me so that I can answer these questions. Calm down. Somebody is saying cute. Thank you. Yeah. What's up today? We're talking about single women living in big cities or cities, as we say in Nigeria. Yeah. Thank you all for those who have joined me. I really appreciate. I may be here again today. As I said, I can just be spontaneous and come and talk about anything. I'm treating this topic today because so many people have called me to say, he stayed with us. And for that period, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything. He was just eating my food, using me, using my space. At the end of the day, when I couldn't take it anymore and I asked him to start paying bills, he stopped talking to me and he started keeping malice with me right here in my house. So, and I've had cases of he used my car. Unfortunately, one of those users died last May. May his soul rest in peace. He moved in with my friend in the UK, and they were living in the UK together. And then she had to travel out of town, and he said he was going to keep her pets for her. And by the time she got back from where she traveled to, he had moved in without any prior agreement. He had moved in. And then after moving in, he started using her car, and then he started taking her cards to pay for gas. And then he wasn't even asking questions about her rent. And they kept on living like that for months before she realized that she was being used. And when she had a mild discussion about it, with him. He said, so many women in London are looking for an opportunity like this, for a man to come and stay with them, for a man to just come and occupy space. You don't know what it means to have a man living with you in London. Blah, 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 blah. And she was like, really? And then she said, I'm sorry, I don't appreciate that. If you are not going to be paying bills, I would like you to move. And he refused to move. Eventually, when he moved in with another woman. Obviously, that other woman too didn't take his style. So then the next thing, he found his way out of the UK. He went to one of those African countries. A woman accepted him. They traveled the world together. But obviously, she also got tired of a man, a full, able-bodied man that wasn't doing anything, that was just occupying space. Eventually, that relationship also ended, and he was throwing pictures on Facebook so that his previous women would see how much he was enjoying. At the end of the day, no woman was ready to take that from him anymore. Unfortunately, he passed away. He passed away. May his soul rest in peace. Some are still out there looking for you, checking out your profiles on social media, and they don't really love you. Most of them, they're just looking for a place to stay. It happens everywhere around the world. Once things are not getting on well for them, they're looking for the next person to go and stay with. And most of the time, it's a lonely woman or a woman who lives alone, who makes herself seem lonely. So I have said my own. The next topic will be for men being used by women without them knowing. We love our men. I love my man, absolutely. And I wouldn't want him to be used. And I wouldn't want you to be used. So we'll talk about that maybe later today. If you have stayed with me from the beginning of this till now, thank you so much. My name is Deo-Agoz, and my email address is ADEOLAOMOBOLA AGORO, Adiola Omobola Agoro at gmail.com. If you want anything you want us to talk about, I'll be waiting to hear from you. I will trash it out. But one thing is, I don't know everything. I'm just trying my own. This is just my opinion. I may not always be right. So thank you. Nice having you around.